What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of different kind of stuff. Mainly I'm going to talk about Brandon Sanderson, all the crazy stuff that's been going on with that, but I'm also going to relate it to writing career, that sort of thing. And then I'll get into my update and everything about how my book is going, so that'll be the second half of the video. But I mainly want to talk about just the craziness that's been going on in the fantasy community and with Brandon, and how we can apply that as writers who are trying to break into the industry, or maybe just self-publishing. We can learn a few things, obviously. But yeah, if you haven't seen, Brandon Sanderson has basically been keeping this a secret from us for like 3 years now, and he's ready to finally tell us what the secret is. And if you haven't really been following along, I would suggest go checking out that video. But basically, he wrote 5 books in secret, and he wants to release them basically quarterly throughout all of next year, and he has this whole marketing plan he wants to do with it. I would suggest watching the video. It's really fun. It's really interesting to just hear about his plan and how he basically unfolded everything with his family and his company, and just how it's all been working out, and how this was like his whole plan when it comes to marketing his stuff. Now, I won't spend too long here, but I think there definitely is a lesson to learn. Right now, I'm not seeing any other author, especially of his heights, doing what he's doing. Basically, when it comes to marketing yourself as a writer, as of recent years, it's been maybe get a YouTube channel, basically maybe like putting up a blog every week or talking about something every week, and getting on Facebook and Instagram and talking about your book and promotion and marketing. And that's been the latest stuff, and even then, that's pretty new when it comes to the publishing industry. And now the newest thing that you probably should be doing is starting a YouTube channel like I am here, and then keeping updates every week on like your website with a blog or a vlog, and mainly just doing a vlog on YouTube like I'm doing right now, talking about my writing. And I'm not even published yet, but this is like why I've sort of got my obsession with Brandon the way that I do. I don't really consider it an obsession. I consider it studying the craft, and I am watching Brandon very closely of what he's doing, because with this marketing stunt that he has done, he has almost 1 million views on YouTube for the video. He was trending on Twitter, and on Kickstarter he has $17 million as of recording this, and it's only been up for 1 day. Like, if you're not paying attention to what Brandon is doing in the fantasy industry, you should, especially if you're trying to break in. And he's doing a lot of things right. I've been reading Brandon ever since probably about 2016, 2017, so pretty recently. Before then, I only really read Wheel of Time, but getting into college and stuff like that, I started discovering Brandon and what he's doing. And when he started his live streams, I think at the end of 2019, I was watching every single one when they came out. And now that I've quit my normal daytime job to be able to focus on videography and my writing career, I have been obsessed with following his career and what he's been doing basically this past year. And it is absolutely insane what he's doing. He's striking while he's hot. I've seen the same thing from actors like Kevin Hart and The Rock, and they talk about how they'll take almost any gig they can right now because they know that their time in the sun is going to end. Like, their 15 minutes of fame is going to come to an end. So they are going to capitalize on what they're doing right now. And Brandon is exactly doing that. And you can tell with his numbers. So if you're not paying attention to Brandon, you should be. He has live streams almost every week. He's going to be having them every week with this campaign and marketing strategy that he's doing. And a lot of his writing advice is phenomenal. And especially getting to the industry advice is just, you can't get it really anywhere else. Trust me, I've tried to find other perspectives, but the videos that I find, they're like nowhere compared to what Brandon is putting out right now. So I would definitely keep a close eye on him, see what he's doing. I know a lot of people, if they were to sit down with Brandon, they would probably want to ask all these Cosmere questions, but as a writer, I would love to sit down with Brandon and talk about his business strategy, his business model. What does he do to get up to the status? He did have a little bit different than everybody else when he finished the Wheel of Time, so that gave him a lot of popularity and put him sort of on everybody's list, taking over the most popular fantasy franchise at that time when he was finishing it. I mean, Game of Thrones was pretty high too, but it's like someone who would finish Game of Thrones, right? If George R. R. Martin doesn't finish it, which he might not. But like, it's crazy. You should be watching him, what he's doing. So that aside, that was super awesome. I actually yesterday had it was an exciting day, but a bum bummed down kind of day because I was just seeing what Brandon was doing, and sometimes I just get into my head about comparison. And I just want to warn people about that. You know, the only person you should really compare yourself to is yourself. And if you're trying to self-improve, seeing those certain avenues of where you can become better, and even when you fail, not being too hard on yourself and just, you know, getting back the next day and trying to be better. That would just be my advice for that. I definitely don't compare myself to Brandon because he is a multimillionaire and he does a great job with his stuff, but I see him as a hero, and I want to strive to be influential like he is, right? So that's kind of where I'm coming from when it comes to that, not necessarily comparing. So with that out of the way and talking about this crazy stuff going on in fantasy, which I really do love, back to my writing. I am currently around 20,000 words, and that is going to flux a lot by the end of the week, but if I didn't do anything else, I would have hit my goal for the week. But I like to be a little bit ahead, give myself some buffer room, and I have about 2 more chapters that I have to write in part 1, and then I will be it'll be about like 25,000 words, hopefully by Sunday. And my goal by next Sunday should be around 30,000 words, so I will have a good leg up when it comes to being there. But I'm really enjoying the process. The biggest thing right now that I am trying to get through is that I have split basically one character into 2 in my part 1 part of my book, and the voice for that person that I've split off needs to be tweaked a little bit, and I don't really know how to do it. I mean, I do know how to do it, but I really don't want to go back and like change all of that again because I kind of like how it plays out. There's definitely still some tweaks that I need to go back on and fix in probably my revisions for the month of May. I plan on all my revisions being done by the end of May, but I'm sort of getting caught up and just keep revising, not writing anything new. So I just wanted to cut in here because I didn't really explain why I was doing what I was doing. Taking one character and putting them into 2, it was because bigger world stuff that's going on in my series, I wanted to put in characters that'll be important for the series later on, but not necessarily right now, and just have them weave in and out of the story. So this character that was basically played one role, I switched it into 2 different roles, but the voice of the first character still sounds the same. It doesn't sound like the new character I have in there. So the voice kind of sounds a little bit arrogant, where I want it to sound more loony, I guess, and kind of crazy. So that's why I need to go in there. I have to add in new prose, and I have to get rid of that dialogue. I don't really want to. So I'll probably have to fix it in the revision phase and not focus on it too much right now. And that's sort of the point that I was trying to get across. And I know that part 2, which I'll start next week, will mainly just be new writing. So it's going to be interesting to implement habits to be able to write around 2,000 words every day, which I know I can do. It's just like taking the time, sitting down for 2 hours every day, or I don't know, like 4 hours and try to write 2,000 words. I never really know how my writing day goes. Sometimes I'll sit there for hours and not get anything down, and maybe just like plot out a whole bunch of stuff. I love outlining. I love outlining scenes. Doing the prose is a lot harder for me. So because when I write prose, I want to make sure they're popping off the page. They're sounding really good, right? But yeah, that's where I'm at right now in my book. I'm about 1/5 of the way through. So about 4 more weeks and I should have the book done. That's sort of the plan. I'm hoping that I will be able to hit that. If not, I gave myself some buffer room, so April I could really get it hammered down and make sure that I really like it, and I could slow down a bit. But my goal is to be able to finish within the next 4 to 5 weeks, and then go on to revisions and finish my revisions in a month, and then send it out to beta readers. So that's where I'm at right now. I would just give caution. Don't compare yourself to other people, especially if they're the biggest in the industry right now. Really just focusing on improving yourself every day. That's sort of it's what I try to like live by, is always comparing myself to who I was the day before. And if I'm doing a little bit better, or if I'm staying right there, it's not bad, as long as I'm not taking a lot of steps back. It's okay to have like 5 steps forward and then taking like 2 steps back. You're still 3 steps ahead. Like, you know, don't beat yourself up too much, but know that, you know, if there are places where you can improve, like, try to work on those. Like, that's sort of my thing. So I know I'm a big sort of advocate for that, and I know there's days for me where it's just like, dude, my mental health is just like not having it right now. That's why it's taken me a while to put a video up, because I think I'm gonna go to 2 videos a week instead of 3 videos a week, because trying to get this book done and trying to do these videos and then also making time for everything else in my life is hard to balance, and I'm trying to find that good balance in my life. So don't compare yourself, find that good balance. I want to know how you guys are coming in your writing journey so far. What do you think about the Brandon news? Are you going to spend $500 on getting that big package, or are you just going to wait until maybe it just gets put on the market in a few years? Let me know, guys. I would love to talk about fantasy with you, so be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.